Okay, guys, just want to say hello and welcome to the as of yet untitled podcast. My name is Chuck.
Hey, Chuck.
To my audio left is my friend Colin. Colin?
I'm on the left?
Yes, you're on my audio left.
Oh. Well, I'm not even sure how you figured that out.
I made it up.
Does that make me on the audio starboard bow?
No. You are on Colin's audio right.
Wait. Doesn't that make... All right. Who am I?
I'd make a pie chart, but it would only be able to be seen from 6 dimensions. So I haven't been able to get that through Kinko's yet. But they're working on it.
Yeah, I hear they have those, 1,000-dimension printers, so I'm sure 6 is
Actually,
trivial.
it's funny you mention that, because it is going to be $11,000 for that single print. So I'm in no hurry for them to...
Who am I?
Oh, who are you? Well, you're the Mike. Hi,
right.
Mike.
Hi.
Sorry, I got into a rant there. Now that everybody knows where we are, juxtaposed with the universe, for our listeners, you should know that I'm on 48 hours so far without sleep. So, super, and I have no caffeine in the house, which isn't helping me stay awake for the podcast, but that's okay. Everything is...
Well, now it's just the Mike and Colin show.
All right. We finally get to rule.
Yes. I don't really know what to do with this power.
What? Huh? Power? Somebody said power?
Oh.
Yeah, the power's out over here. Don't worry about it, Chuck. Go back to sleep.
How are you on Skype?
How are we going to... what are we going to call our little show?
You know, that's a very good question, and not in the least bit set up. There are a few things. I asked, of course, last week for everybody to send in 5 suggestions. I have 5 of my own, 5 from Colin, 5 from Mike. And did we decide, guys, if we were going to read off our own ideas or if I'm just going to read them all off at random?
No. You need to read them all off at random so that we don't know whose ideas are whose. Because I don't trust Colin.
Okay.
Okay. No problem.
Or you. Okay. So go ahead, Chuck. You've got the list. What kind of names can we choose from?
Well, let's start from the beginning. And by that I mean picked at random. By that I mean shut up.
Just keep going.
Oh, Sleepy Chuck is not the good Chuck. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's start off with Flaming Life.
What?
Flaming Life.
Flaming Life. Nah, too gay. Or, I'm sorry, the proper term is now Takei. Too Takei.
Okay. Colin, any thoughts on Flaming Life?
Well, I mean, I think we're all going to have ones that we just put in to meet our 5 quota, right?
I have at least 2 that I put in to meet the 5 quota.
I think this is probably in that category.
Nobody is for the thought of life bursting into flames. That's good to know.
I don't want the word flaming in our podcast or anywhere near our podcast. And I'm not against gay people. I'm against, having to act gay.
Well, it's not Flaming Life. Heinz tomato ketchup.
Okay, this is obviously filler.
Heinz tomato ketchup.
Oh,
It's possible that someone made that late at night. Perhaps they hadn't had very much sleep. Maybe they were staring at a bottle of ketchup. But I'm not going to speculate. We're just going to move on.
We might get into trouble for that one. What's the next one?
Circus Ignoratio. Okay, I didn't know we were going to have subtitles for the podcast. Apparently it's a foreign film. It even says here, translated, Circus of Idiots. You know, it implies either we are the idiots or we're going to gather up a group of idiots and run our own circus.
So our choices are calling ourselves idiots or calling our viewers idiots.
Okay, this has gone horribly wrong.
Okay.
What's funny is if they really were a circus of idiots, they wouldn't know what ignoratio meant anyway.
Okay, next up is Chuck, Colin, and Mike.
Well, I mean, it's straightforward, I suppose.
Yeah?
It's not
Yeah,
like-
that's about as straight as you can get.
Okay, so we'll put that on the maybe pile. That's
Simply because it's so descriptive. And until one of us is traded out for the other, like a bad drummer who explodes. I'm sorry, I've just seen Spinal Tap recently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mike,
Mike, I meant to tell you about this, actually. You've been replaced by Animal from the Muppets Band. I'm
Animal!
really sorry. He's just a far superior drummer. I know for a fact you don't drum at all.
Animal!
That's an excellent response.
Fortunately for you, he exploded recently, so...
Animal, no! He was my favorite Muppet. Now there's fluff everywhere.
Somebody call the ambulance. I mean, seamstress. Anyway.
I don't know what I mean.
Okay, next up on the list, guys, the Trivial Conspiracy. You know, once again, I think that's a little insulty.
What? How?
I don't get that. I think I kind of liked that one, actually.
Really? I don't know. Trivial just strikes me as...
Are any of these things really that important?
I'm probably overthinking it. That's a good point.
But, I mean, if you don't like it, we have 15, and we all should agree on the title, right?
Oh, I was only going to read those 5. So, I already edited the rest out.
Keep going.
Yes, sir. Banter Fu, as in F-U, Fu.
Actually, I kind of like that one, too.
We are performing karate with our tongues.
There is actually such a thing as tongue fu, but that's a separate article. I'll tell you about it later. Actually, no, I kind of like that one. It's not too descriptive. We could have guests on and not be like, oh, actually, yeah, okay. That's got my vote.
Okay, you want to hear the rest of them?
Okay. I think we should still go through the rest of them.
I think so too.
I like
All
it,
right.
but I don't necessarily like it. I don't want to just like abandon all other options.
Well, that's my first choice then, and then we'll see what the other options are. All right.
Next on the list is Ordered Chaos, which is one that we actually spoke of kind of last week, sort of.
Yeah, but we spoke of it in Hushed Whispers and Disdain.
I don't remember Hushed Whispers or Disdain, but okay.
Well, fortunately, it's all recorded.
I don't hear any defense coming up, so we'll just go on to the next one. Okay, this is sort of... I had to read this a couple of times to make sense of it, but I've realized it's a play on words. Does anybody remember the early 2000s animated series of Flash cartoons called Happy Tree Friends?
Yes.
Okay. This is Happy Three Friends.
I don't think that. I think that.
Yeah.
Anything that you have to read a few times in order to make sense of it.
The B sharps.
Especially like referencing aged internet memes.
Oh.
Well, they weren't a meme per se. I haven't seen any memes, but maybe they should be a meme. I'll get cracking on that.
You're really
later.
gonna hate my next suggestion then. It's Salad Friendgers.
Oh, that's worse than Happy Three Friends.
Salad Fringers?
You've probably never heard of.
If you have to ask Colin, you don't need to know.
Here's a few that are short and to the point. Here's Snippets. You know, snippets is normally the word I would think of if you're talking about clips of articles. Sniplets sounds like something the Octomom would have.
Are you sure? To me, it sounds like a new Smurfs kind of cartoon for Cartoon Network.
Hey, everybody! It's the Sniplets.
Did you snip what the snip is saying? No, God, this is I got bad nip tuck episodes in my head. Oh God. All
Which
right.
would be funnier if I'd ever
Okay,
seen that
apparently
show.
we broke it up.
Okay, here's one. Random sampling. That's the name. Random sampling.
Yeah, it's fairly generic.
Okay.
My heart still lies with Banter Fu so far.
Okay. This one I liked. This one I actually thought was pretty good. So I'm just gonna throw it out there. And there were two that were very similar. We had two that play off the words news, since I guess news can kind of play for anything. But one of them is news tricks, which I don't understand the tricks part. I mean, especially with magic being a very visual medium.
I kind of like it. It sort of sounds like a cereal. My heart is still with Banter Fu, though.
I like Banter Fu better than News Tricks simply because if we call ourselves News Tricks, we're tied to talking about news, right?
Well, yeah, but news is anything.
Yeah,
which is
much.
why I like the second option a little better.
But if Banter Fu is generic enough that.
But other than news tricks, I really liked this one because I thought of all the options, it really rolls off the tongue. News nerds.
That doesn't roll off the tongue.
You don't think so?
No.
I like
news nerds.
I like news nerds.
I guess even if news can be anything, a lot of people will expect more news, and I really don't like the idea of tying ourselves to any kind of news.
I agree with Colin on this one too, and also I can't make fun of it.
Fair enough. Wait, what? Okay, anyway, it's nice to know that at least one out of the three of us is just going to hate everything. That makes it a lot easier.
Yeah.
Okay, here's another one. That Show, and this one has an alternate title. That Show, you know, the one with the guys talking.
This is yours, Chuck, and you were sleepy.
I will not say whose this is.
Colin, was this yours?
Yeah.
I thought it was okay.
Stop covering up for Chuck.
Hey, wait. What? Hate you guys. Okay.
The funny thing is, you actually have the ability to confirm if if this is mine or not.
I'm going to say it's not. I'm going to say it belongs to the great Colonel Clink. Okay, here's one. The Real Article. That's another news-centric, so you're going to hate that one.
Yeah.
That one was mine.
It doesn't use the word news, though, so... I mean, I guess it still involves article. And so we'd have to talk about articles every time.
Well, yeah, the real...
Still for Banter Fu.
The real article or the genuine article, which, you know, I kind of like there being a hook in the show so that it's not just whatever. But anyway, the 15th and final one is trinkets. Trinkets.
I'm going to claim this one because it was 3 o'clock in the morning and I was watching a Let's Play of Work Time Fun.
You can't just claim somebody else's thought. That was mine.
Wait, that was mine.
I'm Spartacus.
No, I'm Spartacus.
I'm not Spartacus. That's stupid.
Well, all right. Thank you for joining the Spartacus podcast starring Spartacus, and Colin.
This is the worst law firm ever. The court battles are amazing, but we don't get anything done, and our lawyers keep getting arrested for bloodshed.
The only judge who uses a sword as a gavel just chops his bench in half. Oh.
Spartacus, and Colin.
Coming to you next fall on NBC.